It's the final round of the Formula Renault Euro Cup. It's all to play for. Victor Martin and Caio Collet have been fighting out the championship all season long. This is their qualifying session, the second of their qualifying sessions here at Paul Ricard. Martin nearly has the title in his grasp. Track temperature was only 8 degrees this morning. It's now nearly 13. The mist is burning off. The humidity, though, is rising as that moisture that was sitting on the track, particularly down the bottom end of the lap, this section through that downhill chicane, still very slippery indeed. So all the young racers should have been observing the GT cars when they had their 90-minute session. A lot of them found it very difficult indeed down through that chicane, and most notably then, again, as they tried to accelerate back up the hill onto the Mistral Straight. So caution will be required on the out laps. Championship points at the moment. Victor Martin, 318 points, the good for the French racer. His second season in this championship. And Caio Collet is back by 44 points, so a 6th place only is required in the 2 races here this weekend for Victor Martin. But many is a slip between cup and lip, as they say. Beautiful morning. It's hard to look at this scene on the high plateau above Toulon and understand this is the middle of November, but it's been an extraordinary season. Of course, the fact we're racing at all with the COVID pandemic, the global pandemic, is testament to those involved to keep the racing going. The season's been compact, compressed, call it what you will. It's been exciting, though, and for so many people around the world, the fact there is sport to watch is a high point in what's been a very, very difficult year for everyone on our planet. But with the sun shining over Paul Ricard, it certainly puts a thrill in the heart of a lot of people, because it's still such a special place. 50 years old. It was seen as a space-age race circuit when it came to life in 1970, when you can imagine other tracks had very little in the way of safety, and this set a new standard, reinvented some 30 years later. And of course, it's a huge place to go racing now. Plenty of space around the outside of the circuit. Those famous tarmac runoff areas with the bands of paint. You go from red to blue, things are getting worse for you, but there are ways of slowing the cars. But right now, a lot of these drivers know this circuit well, but just understand in the Formula Renault Euro Cup, a lot of these drivers are only 16 years old, some 17, some, imagine that, 18 years old, gaining experience fast, but not a deep well of experience in car racing so far. Most of them really fresh out of karts. The season started at Monza back in July, then Imola, Nürburgring, Magny-Cours, Zandvoort, Barcelona, Spa-Francorchamps, Imola, again Hockenheim, and now Paul Ricard. So learning tracks as they go. And the championship, as I say, Victor Martin leads the way, Caio Collet second, Franco Colapinto is third, he's up from Argentina, and Alex Quinn, the top rookie, a British driver, in 4th place overall, just ahead of Spain's David Vidales. But really, the story has been all about Victor Martin this year versus Caio Collet, swapping wins as they went. A few other drivers getting a win in the bank. In fact, Colapinto has won twice, the opening round and the first of 2 races supporting the Spa 24 Hours back in October. Exploratory lap for all involved. Get a feel for the circuit. Adrien David, the black and yellow of MP Motorsport, he's one of the rookies. 10th overall. In fact, we've got 4 rookies in the top 10 on the points table. We've got Alex Quinn in 4th, David Vidales in 5th, William Alatalo, a Finnish racer, in 8th, and Adrien David, he's on home ground this weekend, he's 10th. This session, 20 minutes of qualifying. And a field of 19 runners, so twice as much space on the track for these smaller cars. Because of course we've got 40 cars coming out to play for the main event this weekend, the final round of the GT World Challenge, powered by AWS. 40 cars coming to play in tomorrow's 6-hour race. You can see the drivers really have listened to all the advice from their team managers about how slippery the bottom part of the circuit is now. Looking at the transition as they work their way back up the slope through turn 7. That's L'École onto the long Mistral Straight, the legendary straight. No chicane being used this weekend, so they can blast the whole way up towards Senior. go de Vilder on his outlap. In car number 27 for Arden, very much keeping out of the way. Conditions have changed really a remarkable amount already, because when the GT cars went up the straight for the first time, it was very wet indeed off the racing line. There was shade on the track, there's still shade, but there's no shimmer on the track, no sheen. The driver who took pole in yesterday's qualifying was Bitek's Lorenzo Colombo. Let's see if he can do the same again. Of course, he's not one of the championship challengers, and that adds a little difference to the mix. So for Colombo, for Bitek, in fact, that's made him his third pole of the season, and he got one of the two poles last time out at Hockenheim and won the most recent race at Hockenheim. So the young Italian really starting to find some decent form at the end of the season. When I say young, he's one of the handful of drivers. I think there are only four drivers who are older than 20. He's one of them. So waiting for the first flying laps to come on the board, and they will any moment now as the field of cars, the first of them, go around Virage du Pont onto a slightly humped start-finish straight. They go up a little rise, then drop down. You can see it dropping markedly down towards turn one. They really are listening to their team chief, still putting heat into their tyres as they work their way around. Of course, through the summer months, getting heat in the tyres, normally when you come to Paul Ricard, it's about not getting too much heat into your tyres, but just enough to get grip, but not too much to wear them out. But here with track temperatures 12.5, 13 degrees at the start of this session, it's still cool, and it's damp down at the bottom part of the lap. First flying lap on the board is a rookie, actually, William Alatallo, ranking 8th in the championship, but he puts a time just under 2 minutes 10, 2 minutes 9.991 seconds. So he's fastest by nearly 3 seconds from Nicola Marinangeli. But these times will change very quickly indeed. As you can see, effectively their team chiefs told them to do 2 outlaps, an outlap and another one that mirrors it very much indeed. And look how much Hadrian David on his third lap is really picking up the pace for MP Motorsport. His best lap, well, of course he's going to gain enormously on his best lap, because his best lap is 4.5 seconds down on the outright best lap so far of William Alatallo. But as we all know, even these teenage drivers know, it's about being quick at the end of the session. It's only 20 minutes, build up, get some heat in the tyres, the track will continue to dry. And our 2 championship challengers yet to put a sensible flying lap on the board, waiting for Victor Martin to go out and show what he can do, and likewise see the pace of his championship rival Caio Collet. Still William Alatallo, but these times will be eclipsed very quickly indeed. Car number 17, Hadrian David. In fact, he's going well in the rookie class. He's down in 7th overall, but we've got the top 4 places filled by rookies. William Alatallo, Timon van der Helm, Laszlo Todt and Nicola Marinangeli. Best of the experienced drivers with a second season campaign in Formula Renault. Amaury Cordil is 5th fastest. Hadrian David bound to improve his lap time. Lorenzo Colombo goes up into 2nd place. William Alatallo still top. And Hadrian David, we're looking at his time, he went up into 4th fastest time. But we still have, we've only had 7.5 minutes this session. It's really been about going out, learning the track conditions, waiting, getting heat in the tyre. The heat has to come. Push too hard too soon, you'd be flat spotting your tyres, spinning off the circuit. So Hungarian rookie Laszlo Todt, top for Bitek. Teammate Nicola Marinangeli, 2nd fastest. JD Motorsports, William Alatallo in 3rd. And Bitek, they've got 3 cars in the top 4, because Lorenzo Colombo is 4th. The mist has really burnt off the lower part of the circuit. The lowest point is down at the bottom of the hill. It's Saint-Baume, which is turn 6, a right-hander that feeds into a slight kink, and then you go through the left-hander onto the Mistral straight. Up the straight they go. They are using the chicane up the Mistral Straight. That's turns 8 and 9 if you want to number your way round. We're not using that for the 6 hours. Amaury Cordeel now is the name at the top of the charts by a mere second from Tiemann van der Helm. The times were just over 2 minutes 10, then down to 2 minutes 4.5. But where are the big guns? Victor Martin has done an out lap, hasn't done a flying lap. Caio Collet has done 1 lap more, but he hasn't put a representative time in. He's down in 11th place. They're the 2 drivers that can win the 2020 title in the Formula Renault Euro Cup. William Alatalo had been at the sharp end. He's fallen down. The times are changing so fast. His time that was top a while ago, he's only 8th now. But look, he's gained best part of 3 seconds in the early stages of this lap. Fastest of anybody in the middle sector. Will that take him to the top, or will Amaury Cordeel prevail as we pretty much reach the halfway point in this session? And car 53, Lorenzo Colombo crosses the line. He doesn't improve. William Alatalo did improve, but only by a second and a bit. The last part of his lap wasn't as good as we thought it might be. Only goes up to 6th place. So FA Racing from nowhere go top. Amaury Cordeel, Tiemann van der Helm, also FA Racing in 2nd place. He's the top rookie. Franco Colapinto from Argentina, MP Motorsport, is 3rd fastest. Victor Martin waiting for him to put a time in, the championship leader, get him towards the top of the board. It hasn't come yet. Caio Collet has a time on the board, but it's a 2 minutes 12. That's not much good, because the fastest time so far at 2 minute 1. Almost never seen a qualifying session with such a disparity in time. Yes, the track conditions are improving. 2 drivers now in the 2 minute 1s, both from FA Racing, Tiemann van der Helm and Amaury Cordeel. Car number 21 pushing on as well, seeing if he can improve. That's one of the Arden cars, Richard de Garouz. He's outside the top 10, down in 11th place. Championship leader Victor Martin in 15th. And Caio Collet has suddenly got a lap together. He goes up to 5th place. He's still, though, 3 seconds off the ultimate pace. Tiemann van der Helm is going faster still. He's in car 73, the metallic blue, gold and red racer for the young Dutchman. He's fastest by 1/10 of a second from teammate Amaury Cordeel. Tiemann van der Helm still only 16 years old, so he's improving all the time as he puts age on the blocks. Hugo de Wilde goes top now for Arden. Goes clear by 6/10 of a second from Tiemann van der Helm, but still waiting for a quick time from Victor Martin, the championship leader, and Caio Collet, respectively. Martin is down in 13th. Collet is 10th. As I said that, he drops down to 13th. The time's still shuffling, but it's time at the top of the screen. Still 8 minutes remaining. Tiemann van der Helm, there he is in the metallic blue, red and gold car, going faster still. He's fastest by 0.656 of a second. No, he's not, of course. Arden has gone top. Sorry, that's Hugo de Wilde who's gone top, but looks as though Tiemann van der Helm is going to fight back this lap. He should reduce that deficit to Hugo de Wilde. Across the start-finish line he goes. He does reduce it to 0.303 of a second. He halved it. Very much the best showing from Tiemann van der Helm, as he clearly has developed through the course of this season. But it's Amaury Cordeel, 2nd fastest now. He's improved. He's gone ahead of Tiemann van der Helm, his teammate, but it's Hugo de Wilde top of the table. 2 minutes 1 seconds flat. That's the best time so far. Cordeel 0.182 of a second in arrears. Then it changes again, because suddenly Caio Collet goes to the top. He needs that pole position. He's the championship challenger. He's the outside bet. He's got that deficit of 44 points for Victor Martin. There are 50 points on the table, so just 1 6th place would be enough for Victor Martin to take the 2020 championship. But he needs to get a move on. He's 7 and a bit seconds off the pace. He might be biding his time in number 92, but our championship leader is down in 16th place of the 19 cars. Bringing up the rear is the newcomer this weekend for Race GP, Elias Seppänen, another Finn, but he's 19th. Some way off the back of the field, but Tiemann van der Helm continues to push But suddenly Alex Quinn is now the top rookie. Number 20, he goes into third place overall. Tiemann van der Helm not so long ago was second. He's now down to seventh. It's about being fast at the end. That's what really counts. And Victor Martin suddenly, blink of an eye ago, 16th. Now the championship leader goes top, but then he gets immediately deposed by Lorenzo Colombo. This is going to happen the whole way to the checkered flag. Colombo for Bitek, the first driver below 2 minutes. He's clear by half a second from Victor Martin. Caio Collet, not so long ago, was second. He's the championship challenger. He's picking up his pace in car number 1. He needs to. He's slipped to 5th. Great thing at the top of the screens, we've got the top 6 teams, top 6 places represented by different teams. Bitek, ART Grand Prix, JD Motorsport, MP Motorsport, Race GP and Arden. And then FA Racing move into the mix as well. 7 teams in the top 7. That's a fantastic representation in any single-seater championship. So Caio Collet, what can he do? Tumbling down the order for Race GP. He's now down to 7th. He's about to cross the start-finish line. He's improving his time. Will he go below 2 minutes over the start-finish line? No, he doesn't. 2 minutes, .051, but that puts him into second place. Importantly, ahead of his championship rival, Victor Martin. Martin hasn't had a good middle sector. He's maybe made a bit of a mess of this lap. So suddenly the 20 minutes have come down to just 5 minutes. And it's neither of the championship challengers at the front of the grid. It's Lorenzo Colombo, car number 53, top of the pile by 0.3 of a second from Caio Collet. Italian from Brazilian, from French, from Finn, from Argentinian. So a real mix in the top 5 positions. Victor Martin goes into second place, vaults over Caio Collet. I think this is going to continue in this fashion until the checkered flag. Will there be another driver? One driver still ahead of them. Will it be Lorenzo Colombo? He's still top of the charts. Looks like he's going to improve a little bit more on this lap. His best lap so far, 1 minute 59.7. 1 minute 59.6. He finds another 10th of a second. So Bitek, we're very, very pleased with the young Italian. And just as Caio Collet goes faster still in the first sector, Victor Martin finds another 10th on him. This is going to go right to the end of this the final qualifying session of the 2020 Formula Renault Euro Cup. Victor Martin pressing on fastest of anybody in the first sector. How good's the second sector going to be? This is the chicane halfway up the Mistral Straight, inserted not for all the races this weekend, but certainly for the single-seaters. Martin's middle sector is better than he's gone before. He's got to find 0.15 of a second, or more to the point, 0.151 of a second if he wants to go into provisional pole position. That's still held by 53, Lorenzo Colombo. Another better lap from Caio Collet, but he doesn't depose Victor Martin's his championship rival. Collet stays in third place. Victor Martin continues to improve by small margins. Will it be enough to go into pole? Not unless he has a really, really good final sector. Lorenzo Colombo holding that pole position for now, but Victor Martin looking to weave magic on home ground. Can he go top? He needs that pole position to make his task all the easier, and he gets the pole position by 0.139 of a second. Really good middle sector in particular, and his opening sector. Last sector not as good as he had before, but still enough to take him top. So Caio Collet has got to respond. And his opening sector of this lap, no good whatsoever. Maybe he's backed off, cooled it down a little. Maybe there was traffic. But not good enough to improve. And then that should give him only, I think, one more shot for a final flyer. Looking to see, there are improvements all the way down the field, but it's really the top guns in the championship at the top of the table. Lorenzo Colombo in second place on the grid is down in 6th overall, but first and third on the grid are first and second in the championship. Victor Martin and Caio Collet. Collet has definitely had a bit of a back out lap, but Victor Martin quite the reverse. He's just put in the fastest first sector of anyone. He's got provisional pole, and he's absolutely determined to give himself even more of a margin. David Vidales pushing on in 5th place overall. He's the second place rookie, and suddenly Michael Belov, who came into the championship quite late, the Russian racer. He's the top rookie in 4th place overall. 1.5 minutes remaining. Where is the move coming from? And if you're Caio Collet, it's not good news at all, because it's the drive for your championship rival, Victor Martin, car number 92 for ART Grand Prix. Fastest of anybody in the first sector. Improved on his second sector time. There's only one more sector to complete. His advantage at the moment is 0.139 of a second over Lorenzo Colombo, and another 1/10 of a second back to now Franco Colapinto. That's bad news for Caio Collet. Collet pushed back to 4th place by Colapinto. But what's this lap going to be from Victor Martin? 1 minute 59.485, his best so far. What's this one going to be? It should be faster still. 1 minute 59.249. He finds 2/10 of a second. He's now over 1/3 of a second ahead of Colombo. And Caio Collet's gone on to what ought to be his final flyer lap, and his first sector is not good enough. He's going to have to find some phenomenal speed in the rest. His first sector about 1/3 of a second down on the pace of Victor Martin on the lap that extended the championship leader's pole advantage. Car 11 haven't seen too much of that one through the source. Through the course of this session. MP Motorsports' Franco Colapinto, the Argentinian racer, he won the opening race of the opening meeting at Monza. He also picked up another win at Spa-Francorchamps. He's 3rd fastest today. This lap will be an improvement. How much of an improvement? Will it be enough to move him from 3rd into 2nd? The checkered flag is out at the end. Victor Martin not improving on this lap, but still quicker than anybody else. But for Franco Colapinto, can he at least get onto the front row? His target time to beat is Lorenzo Colombo's 1 minute 59.429 seconds. It's going to be very, very tight indeed. You know what? Colombo has set the fastest first sector of anyone. He's fighting back. No, Colapinto stays. He does improve, but he stays in 3rd place overall. Caio Collet trying very hard, the championship challenger. He's picked up the pace in the middle sector. Maybe he'll find a small improvement, but I think pole is beyond him. And he does improve, and Caio Collet suddenly goes up into 2nd place. Colombo's still got a lap to complete. He could spoil the party, but a great final lap from Caio Collet. He gets to 0.176 of a second in arrears, but unfortunately for him, it's not going to be a front row start, surely, because Lorenzo Colombo has picked up the pace some more. Fastest in sector 1, fastest in sector 2, and maybe Colombo is going to be able to take pole position. He's already got it for the first of the 2 races. He was top in yesterday's qualifying session. And for Bitec, this could be a fabulous end to the season. If he does get pole, that would be pole for 3 consecutive races. So Lorenzo Colombo coming very good indeed. But for now, it's literally the final car to come and take the checkered flag. Could be the one that topples Victor Martin from pole position. Let's see. 1 corner to go. Round Virage du Pont. Target time, 1 minute 59.249 seconds. Wait. It's good enough. Colombo goes top, 1 minute 59.105. So he topples Victor Martin by 0.144. Just waiting for the final few cars to take the checkered flag, but the big guns have played their shots. And for Bitec and Lorenzo Colombo, well, that was absolutely fabulous. Margin of 0.144 of a second. Victor Martin won't mind too much. He's starting on the front row. And importantly for Martin, the championship leader, he's starting ahead of his championship rival, knowing that whatever Caio Collet does, all he needs across the course of 2 races is 1 6th place finish, and the championship will be his. But bragging rights as the cars cruise back in go to Bitec and Lorenzo Colombo with that fabulous flying lap at the end. So let's take a look at the second qualifying classification, and it was Lorenzo Colombo right at the end, toppling the championship leader Victor Martin. Small margins. Caio Collet, he's the other driver that can take the title other than Martin. He's got quite a mountain to climb. He will start 3rd for the 2nd of the Formula Renault Europe Cup races. Franco Colapinto in there, top rookie in 5th place overall. Adrian David just ahead of Alex Quinn, who got right into the mix in the closing laps. 2 seconds covers the entire field, but we've got the championship challengers just where we want them, at the front of the field, ahead of 2 races here at Paul Ricard. So let's take a look. As the cars went out, the drivers have been told the track was damp. It only was in parts, but it was the lower end from the start-finish line, effectively down through the chicane to the bottom end of the circuit at Saint-Baume. But they were cautious. They gradually built up the pace. In fact, the times were coming down not by fractions of a second, but by whole seconds and more. Tiemann van der Helm, car 73, was one of the early stars of the show. So many drivers had a turn at the top. Car number 1, Caio Collet, desperate for pole position and nearly throwing it all away when ambition was greater than grip. Car 53, Lorenzo Colombo, always in the mix. The times were chopping and changing, but the real story was Victor Martin, car number 92, the championship leader, working his way slowly up to take the fastest time of all, and then hoping he could hang on. Challenger came in the form of Franco Colapinto. He gave his best shot. He would end up in 4th overall. But it was 53 at the end. Lorenzo Colombo, he took pole for the first race here, and he added this the second by a very small margin, 0.144 of a second over the championship leader, Victor Martin. The stage is set.